tonight for a conditional use permit to have the drive-through window.
Right. So people are gonna come purchase, someone's gonna go shop for them, pull the goods out, and
Yes, they'll come up and say that they're looking for whatever they're looking for, and they'll run and grab them for them and serve them out at the window.
Where did you come up with it? I mean, I've driven by there 3 or 4 times since this. Where are you coming up with they can stack 5 cars? I really don't. I see that we can stack 5 cars, and my concerns are the residences next door, 1375, East 343, that house for when cars are pulling in, and I just, with the congestion there, I think it's gonna be a problem. I really do. And I usually am pretty good with wanting the businesses to expand and stuff, but I just think it would be a problem. I think the cars will be out in the streets, which is already a congested area for the regular business, and then I worry about this area right here, if people are walking out of the store. I mean, I know there would end up being ballards or something there, but.
Well, it's a raised sidewalk now.
Yeah, I mean, I was there, I went again this morning to make sure before this meeting.
So they're gonna pull up right there where like by the ice machine, right?
Well, it's a little further back. It's kind of like right behind it. Yeah, you're cutting a new window in. These windows would remain.
This window would be remain, and we open like a window down here. And I did measure it like, exactly, like, by measuring, it's fit like, exactly like, like almost like, like five cars to serve. This is except like, the car is being served already, out. And, I'm not thinking like, in my area, it's like this much traffic for like, like a busy area, I'll be glad if I have like, like 1 or 2 cars, like, at the same time. And also like, regarding the service for each car, for each customer, we're not like, like a fast food restaurant, like, to stay in the window to make a sandwich for you or everything. I believe, or I know myself, me and my employees, is the customer, they will never stay like over 1 minute in the line. So 1 minute, max, like a minute and a half to be out. So I'm not saying this is gonna be like a traffic as like, fast food restaurant.
Yeah, I have similar concerns as to Dennis, because you would have to bother to put a guardrail across that sidewalk, so.
Oh, absolutely.
For safety reasons, but.
Absolutely.
There are gonna be.
You're gonna pull out, and they'll have to probably turn left to the light.
Exactly.
But at times, you already have a backlog at times coming out of that parking lot trying to turn left.
Coming out of it.
Yeah,
right now.
Because the light's right there. I mean, you might be able to get 1 or 2 cars to the light. So I would have a concern that you would have adequate exit point, really, depending on anybody else coming out of the existing parking lot. Plus, I don't know how you could stack 5 cars in there. I looked at it myself too. I was there today, and.
Well, 5 would be the max then.
But
they're anticipating being 1 or 2 cars inside there.
Cars, I get
just
that.
wanted to say.
But there's a concern for the traffic coming up. That's 343, correct?
Yeah, 343, because 343 is usually like it's a cut through to get the speed back.
Yeah, a lot of people use it to cut it down through there.
And that's the concern, that's when they come out, like right now, if you go into the parking lot and you're at the laundromat or Papa Joe's or wherever, it's coming out, it's difficult to make a left. And even if we would say, okay, you can only make a right on a right turn, people are still going to go left. And we're not going to sit there with the police department.
I respect like, what you're saying, but I believe like, we have the light down here and we have the measurement down here. And I'm there like, over 15 years. I never see like, people like, waiting like, the red light or the green light to step over here. I mean, you know better than me, like, the light between light and green is take maybe less than 2 minutes. So by this meantime, this people's gonna be gone. We look at it like, as like, big stack of cars is gonna be. I promise, and whatever like, I'm saying, I'm responsible for what I'm saying, it's not gonna be like, more than like, 1 or 2 cars like, in the same time. It's never. I mean, I look at it like, my area in the East Lake for the drive-through. The door's always open. Maybe you find like, 1 or 2 person, like, just come in within like half an hour or 50 minutes. My point, like, with this idea, it's to help the people, like, to doesn't get off on the cars. We do have like, so many like, mothers with the children, They don't wanna leave like the children in the car, they wanna go like, just the window, grab the milk or the bread and leave like within minutes. And also, we do have like, so many like, old people, also come in. They don't wanna get up from the car, they wanna come into the drive-through, take like whatever they need and leave. So, I believe, my opinion, and I'm responsible, and I can sign it for anything you want me to. If this, the project's gonna be like, cause a problem, I will close the window. I mean, it's, really, it's like, it's not really a big deal. So it's worth like, to try and, see like, helping my business and also helping my customer too. And also in the same time, the drive-through helping also, less traffic for the parking lot in the front of the plaza. Because
I was thinking if whoever's pulling out of here would have been pulling out of this lot. I mean, the same cars that would be here would be there, so we're adding additional cars to the.
My thing is, and again, I've gone there 3 or 4 times, and I can't see 5 cars being able to be in there.
I mean, even if we say like, if we are wrong with the measuring, even if we say like, like a forecast. I mean, we have like, plenty, like, the people, this car out of the street for sure, it's still like in the property, and this is like waiting there. And, I mean, if we have 1 car, 4 cars is gonna be good, and 1 car's out. So, I mean, if we look at it, we not look at it like, as very, very, like, traffic, like McDonald's or Burger King, that people stack together.
But I think it's still gonna take the same amount of time, like if I was coming through and I want cigarettes, you're in and out. But if I want milk, if I want bread, by the time your employees are running through the store, going for the milk, coming back on the other side for the bread.
Oh, it's gonna be like more faster, at least, I mean, like I was saying, it's gonna be like 1 employee's like, like operating the window. And the operating is not gonna be like, from since we open to close. It's gonna be operate like, between like, say like 12 o'clock noon to like 10 o'clock at night. And this is helping the people like, especially when we're like in the shop or whatever.
Can you walk us through how you're setting up the store? So are you setting up a whole new cash register system by
Yes.
the window?
Yes, it's gonna be like, by your own. Cash register by yourself, employees by yourself, operate like completely like different from the other.
Are you limiting what people can purchase at the window? Meaning, are you going to be selling alcohol and cigarettes?
Well, it's like, most of the people, like, they have like, milk or bread or maybe cigarettes or something like that, I mean, it's very quick,
But how do you intend, and I apologize for asking these questions, but how do you intend to monitor those folks that may be underage? Because there is more potential for, I recognize that, right? But if somebody's in a car, right, how do you intend?
We have an ID, we have like, like a light there, I mean, you can tell who's the person, like, asking for the cigarettes or the beer.
Okay,
I mean, that's, absolutely, we always asking for ID.
sure,
And underage, especially right now with the cigarettes, like, not under 18.
okay.
So it's everything like under 21, and we always ask for ID.
Can you flip that to the,
So let me add a new concern,
Yes.
if I may. You get deliveries there, I see trucks there all the time, parts
Yes, sir.
on the street side.
Yes, sir.
So where's the visibility gonna be when you show that flip side back, please?
I mean, we can
So the first, hold on, so the first car you have at the street, that little alcove, that little circle or rectangular thing, right, that's where you're having deliveries. So where's the visibility gonna come when those cars are pulling out? Then there's gonna be less visibility there if your delivery trucks are there. And I see them there all the time. So I know you got trucks there, and then you're limiting the visibility coming out from there as well. There's no room between that and maybe a foot or two to the street, between where the drivers of those delivery trucks, when they get out, they're actually stepping into the street.
Yeah,
So that's a concern that I would have. And
I think that was part of
there's
his idea
multiple
of
concerns here. so.
restricting the hours from till noon, because they would take the deliveries in the morning.
Yes.
That the
You're talking
deliveries.
delivery drivers?
Yes, sir. The delivery always like, coming like, that way here.
Well, I see them out on the side of
Yes.
the road, though.
I mean, maybe like, find like, like I will drive, I mean, deliveries
do
coming,
that.
waiting for the other truck to go out. But usually like, like 99% from my delivery, they come in like, from here, and easy to kind of control like, the delivery time, not like, after 11 o'clock. So everybody have to come in like, before 11 or no delivery.
But they still, the potential is still there, but the visibility is gonna be
Yeah.
zero.
I mean, no, right now, like, if we have no delivery, like, after, like, 12 or
Yeah.
after 11 o'clock, that means, like, we have no problem here, on the site.
I understand it, I want you to understand, my point is that whether you get deliveries between 8 AM or 6 AM, 11 o'clock, and that truck is parked on the side of the road where there's zero visibility around it, so. That's my concern, safety-wise. I don't have as much issue with the 5 cars, I think that that's accommodatable.
You're saying that even though the drive-throughs close, people still may go through there to get out and then.
No, what I'm saying, when he gets deliveries there, they park on the side of the road.
Like a private
Right.
43.
So when they're pulling out of that one spot, there's zero clearance between the road, and when that delivery guy gets out of that truck, he's in the road.
But I thought you said that the deliveries are in the morning, and you're gonna keep it closed in the morning.
Yes, absolutely.
You're not gonna drive through.
No,
I'm not gonna-
that's what I
I'm
think,
not gonna-
from noon to
From
10.
noon to 10 o'clock.
Okay.
This is like, my time is for this project and.
So when there's deliveries, there's no drive-through.
No drive to close.
In fact, that would, then deliveries can pull in to the concrete area, because there's another drive to pull out. And I guess I would say, I know we're kind of coming up with worst-case scenarios, what if this happens, what if that happens? Isn't the nature of a conditional use permit that if the conditions aren't met, or things are not working, that a conditional use permit can be revoked then? And
That's true, but I don't want
Do we
to
wanna-
spend money
Right.
to do.
Well, and I think that-
Just put money, and then a month later, when we say there's problems, we take it away. That's my point. I mean, I agree with you,
I
that's what I'm
understand
saying,
that.
but I don't want to go invest money, and then in a month, we're going, it's not working out.
I guess that would be
You know, we
up to
get
him.
complaints,
And on the other hand, it would be, well, we never gave it a try because
It's
we were
gotta
afraid
be tried.
that things might
It's gotta
happen,
be
but.
take try, but like, I said, I'm not trying just to push my business and to run something else for the safety wise, whatever.
Well, I understand that.
I'm
And
sure.
that, when you came before with the addition, we were all in favor of the
Yes.
addition to make
Yes.
this store
I
bigger.
agree.
This is just a bigger, this is just, has more issues than obviously.
A lot more concerned with this than there was expanding your store.
And that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
And, then after that, something, here, like, I mean, the drive-throughs help a lot. It's help a lot for the customer and, for the people, like, they cannot, like, go from the cars or.
We truly do understand what you're saying there. We know you're trying to accommodate the elderly, people that can't get in and out of the car, but we also have to look at the whole picture, and it's the whole community that's using that roadway. You got the building across the street, they're coming out of there on Saturdays and Sundays, that place is packed, and it's already packed there. You're putting delivery trucks on the side of the road, and it just, to me, it's a potential for a disaster. I don't know. I understand we want.
No, I
want people to have
understand,
businesses
but,
there. Don't get us
I'm
wrong.
responsible in the future for, if I close, like, anything, I will close my window. I mean, it's not a big project, you can, like, turn, like, building down, it's just like, just a couple of bricks and just close the window and done. If
The stacking of the cars obviously is the biggest question and everything.
That's your only concern?
And the time. I think the time for the residents is a.
Well,
Sure.
and then, like, again, the 1375 East 343 with cars going in, especially at night, with lights going in their home and stuff like that could be a problem.
Well, it's still like same thing.
I really don't know how well it would be, used or not used,
I get it, I agree. We don't know if it's even gonna be successful even if we allow it. So we gotta look at the whole picture. The whole picture is very uncomfortable to me.
I think we'd have to put restrictions on the, stacking, obviously, the deliveries, time, all that stuff.
Well, I guess at this point, I mean, I know from what I'm hearing, it doesn't look like it's moving. I mean, we could put it on hold and do a little more research and look at it again, but at this point, that's my opinion.
That's what I would suggest.
Yeah, hold it, and Dave can look, and we can look at a few more
A
things.
number of questions arise, and we, like, as the mayor said, we don't want to just say, yeah, go ahead and do it, and then pull something from you a month later.
What was your time frame that you were looking on to get it in?
As soon as possible. So, I mean, if you guys.
Maybe I can meet with the police chief.
Yeah, I mean,
And
that
the
too.
fire chief even, and just see if they would have any concerns and get their feedback for you and stuff like that.
I mean, along with doing this, he did also, plan to put the landscaping in here, which would prevent the trucks from unloading on the road, that would be part of,
This is what I'm saying. Let's just say the window's going right here.
Yes.
Then you got 2 cars at the most, maybe, but again, like Nick's saying, if you got the bread trucks or whatever, because there's no way out from behind. There's no way for a delivery truck to go back here.
No, usually, usually they back it up and
Okay.
just go out.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, they're not taking deliveries at the same time,
You're
they're operating
restricting
by
the
drive-through.
I mean, regarding the delivery, we still have like, either way we do the business or not, we still have like the same thing, like, I'm not thinking like, I do have like any problem.
Right, and I hear you, I mean, you're a good business owner, I have no issues. So, unless the committee thinks differently, Dave's gonna talk to the police chief, fire chief, look at a few other things. Talk about, you guys come up with, what you're thinking about hours and where there wouldn't be any hours and all that, and we'll look at it, but I think at this point, I don't think it would move tonight, so, I mean, that's.
I would not
my
be in
kind of
favor
road
of going forward tonight, absolutely not.
I think come up with more of a delivery plan, where they're actually delivering, the hours.
I mean, this is all set here, this is all set.
But I think this is what they want to hear.
Oh, okay.
They want,
So I would make a motion that we hold it at this point. No, not table, just hold.
Just hold it till, when's the next meeting that we have scheduled?
It won't be till January, but, yeah, I mean, by the time I talk to the chief.
definitely it'll be in January, right, quick.
And Dave, you'll route the plan through
Yeah.
police and fire to get their comments on it?
We just need to be sure that.
Because I don't want you to spend money, and then again, I mean, you said you're willing to do that, but if you spend money and then we come to you in a month and say, hey, we got all these problems, you just wasted all kinds of money where you could have maybe put it into the store.
Well, I'm not thinking I like, to spend money,
No, I agree, that's what I'm saying, I don't like.
I'm sure like, my project, it's gotta go through, it's gotta go through. I mean, we didn't have to look at it like, as like, like a very, very, like, traffic, like, customer or whatever. I mean, maybe we'll have like, 2 or 3 drive-through, like in East Lake. And, we looked to them, and I talked to the business owners. It's not that, like, traffic. Most of the people, like, they have to go to the drive-through. Like, as I say, like, at the beginning, mother with children, handicap, whatever. I mean, this way.
Those ones are set up
It's
for
more
driving.
convenient, it's not like a car wash, where the only way in is.
Across the street, and that's set up for just a drive-through business, so. But yeah, I mean, that's.
It is.
That makes a motion, we just hold it for now, and Dave can get some more information and go from there. So that's what we're gonna hold it, Dave's gonna get some more information, police and fire, and then
Okay.
come back.
That's fine.
Okay, we have a roll call. Okay, Mr. Lupertino?
Yes.
Mrs. Ozeka?
Yes.
Mr. Marjorie? Yes. Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
And Mr. Leonard?
Yes.
I'll talk to you.
Thanks, John.
Okay, yeah, have a good night. All right.
Thank you, have a good night.
You too, thank you.
Okay, the next course of business is Handy Rents, requested by Miller Properties LLC for new development / yard approval on a property located at 35571 Vine Street. Who's here to speak for this? You're double dipping.
So the current handy rent store is there, it's sort of evolved. They do a lot of tool rental, a lot of trailers that pull in to pick up the equipment and things. And so they would like to put an addition on the back of the building, so that they could take a lot of the equipment that sits outside in the yard and park it inside. So first of all, it will help clean up the yard and organize things. It'll keep the equipment in better shape because it's housed indoors instead of outdoors. As part of doing that, they would put a fence around the outdoor equipment yard, and that yard then would serve a little more of a loading zone for loading and unloading equipment. We would eliminate the 2 parking spaces in the middle just to kind of open up the center of it so that the traffic operates coming in and out of it a little cleaner. And the idea that parking spaces coming through this way is that they're deep enough that a car with a trailer could pull in to the parking space with the trailer, get the equipment that they're going to be loading into the back of their truck or trailer, and then pull straight out and then exit through. And the part of this is that they purchase the property next to them, so that they can actually drive through their yard and come out a side exit, so that they're not trying to turn around with a trailer and pull back out onto Main Street.
That exit's gonna be a right turn only,
Yeah.
Out of 357.
Yeah.
357.
the right turn only, 2 by.
'Cause so you did acquire that property where,
Okay.
Yeah,
where the
so
brown
this
house.
is the property that they're acquiring, it has
We're
a house on it,
we're
but they'll
working
be
on it
going
right
back
now.
behind it.
We have a verbal agreement, but the attorney is working on the paperwork, so.
They wanted to make sure that we get an okay here, because it's, they can't use it for a drive, then they didn't wanna.
Can I see the outside?
Yeah. So the fence would go all the way around the yard,
Is that a
It'd
privacy
be-
fence or just chain link?
6-foot privacy fence, so you don't see into it. And it also helps protect, their equipment, you know, from the surrounding area, that it keeps it within an enclosed environment. There'd be gates on it, so they would open the gates, you know, during operating hours of the business.
Is that parking, will that be new then?
This is new, yes.
Okay.
Currently, yeah, there's only strike spaces in the front. And again, because people pull in with their trailers, we're trying to organize it rather than, you know, people going every which way.
Mr. Miller and I have met a couple of times, and then I had him sit down with him, talking about at first buying the property. The property he's gonna buy would obviously clean up, across, if you know where the okay, the cross, that will clean up that corner, and then this will expand his business. The fence we've talked about, because again, like everything else, there's theft every now and then, in the area, so that would help, especially if you know, when he builds the addition and puts the things inside, so, I mean, this has been going on, we talked 6, 7, 8 months ago, so.
Probably,
Yeah, so Dave's been walking him through it, because before he came here, we wanted to make sure Dave was okay of how they were gonna do it before he bought the property, because I didn't want to, again, go buy the property, and then he comes here and we go, well, no, it's not gonna work out, so.
place out too?
No.
They're gonna butt up to it.
We sort of wish we could.
Oh, I'm on camera,
So you don't have final drawings for this, have you haven't met with CT Consultants?
So that would be our next step, is that if you approve the concept, then we have, Planning1212 Consulting Group would be, you know, doing a prepared site plan and, you know, addressing drainage and things that would go along with it. But we don't wanna go through and get all the engineering done unless we got the concept approved.
You know, it sounds like you've got a good plan there, you're gonna clean the area up, because that area right off 357 where his house is sitting, he's got all that stuff stored and stacked out there. It's sort of an eyesore, and, with the privacy fence around it, that's gonna clean that up. They'll have enough parking over there, I would imagine.
And it'll clean up their traffic, how it works in their own parking lot there.
I mean, and this isn't a small investment, they're parts, the place and everything else.
Well, I would make a motion to allow it to go through with CT's blessing as to the structure of
The site
the
is
site plan and the, you know, the sewer system and that, but, I mean, I like, we use your business quite often, and it is kinda hard sometimes to turn around in there, especially you got another vehicle in there. And, so, I mean, the concept is really nice, I like the way it looks and the way it's set up here, so. I would make a motion going forward with it and allowing it and to, go to CT and see where they're at with it.
Yeah, right now, this is all conceptual, say yes,
Right.
this is good to go. Okay.
Need a second?
I'll second.
Okay, roll call. Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
Ms. Ozanga,
Yes.
Mr. Marja,
Yes.
Mr. Rupertino,
Yes.
Mr. Leeper.
Yes.
Okay,
All
thank you.
right, thank you very much.
Good luck, guys, very nice.
Whenever you're ready, just bring it in.
Okay, unfinished business is still out there.
Good seeing you guys.
Okay, thank
Good
you.
night.
Daughter down at the chamber, that's true, but I told her to come to more events. so.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, have a good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you. We have quorum for the minutes, approved minutes of November 14th.
Yeah, because, you know, Mary and the mayor listen to the actual recording of the meeting, so it's just like being here.
Okay. A motion.
Motion for minutes.
A motion to approve the minutes
I second.
dated November 14th.
Okay, roll call.
We forgot to vote on appointment of new chair.
Well, we're not,
We're not to that point?
We haven't adjourned. We're doing this.
Are we voting for new chair? Yeah. Who's that? Mary?
No.
Okay, do your roll call.
Okay, approval of minutes, roll call. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah.
Mr. Zanga?
Yes.
Mr. Marja?
Yes.
Mr. Rupertino?
Yes.
And Mr. Leonard?
Yes. And I just want to clear one thing up. So when we do the CUPs, those are always advertised before our meeting, so we don't have to
Yeah.
ask the question, correct?
You do not
Yes.
have to ask that
All
question.
right.
Come on, Ron, I mean.
Always advertise the CUPs.
I just wanna clear it up.
I knew the answer to the question. I just wanted to confirm.
Which one on camera?
Holly doesn't know it.
I know.
No, it's
We'll
like,
tell you after.
Okay. So,
now,
So, yeah.
Do we need a discussion about the new chair?
I think you do.
Who we have in like,
Who's been nominated?
I think we do.
I nominate Tom if.
I'll second that appointment. I wanted to prepare it a
Roll
little
call.
more.
Roll call, we have to do a roll call for that?
Yes, we do.
You only get one vote, Mary.
Okay, Mr. Rupertino?
Yes, absolutely.
Mr. Zanga?
Yes.
Mr. Marja?
Somebody had to do it.
Mr. Marja? Yes. Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Mr. Leonard?
yes.
Congratulations, Mr. New Partner.
Yay!
So make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah.
Second. Yes.
Okay, Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Mr. Rupertino?
Yes.
Mr. Marja?
Yes,
Mr. Zanga?
Yes.
And Mr. Leonard?
Yes. Meeting adjourned.
11:33.
All right, can we?
So our former chair, Ron
Yeah.
Davis,
Okay.
every meeting he would ask, because it was an advertising, we were ready to choke him every meeting.
Oh.
Because we'd say, yes, Ron, but every meeting, it's like.
But sometimes